Ukrainian troops destroy dozens of Russian tanks and military posts in anti-tank missile attack. These images show Ukrainian forces destroying a Russian infantry fighting vehicle and causing its crew to flee for their lives before one of the soldiers appears to abandon his injured comrade to his fate. The footage begins by showing the Russian infantry fighting vehicle driving along a road at speed before it can be seen being hit by Ukrainian ordnance. The images then appear to show it burning profusely. Two Russian soldiers can be seen fleeing, running back down the road where they came from and hiding among some trees before that area is hit as well, and they continue to flee on foot. They appear to continue to be targeted, with one of the soldiers then apparently hit. His colleague can be seen attempting to drag the injured soldier along the ground before seemingly giving up and running away on his own. The area where the injured soldier is lying is then hit by Ukrainian ordnance as the footage ends. Ukrainian paratroopers destroying a Russian tank with an anti-tank guided missile. The footage shows the Russian tank on the battlefield in the far corner of a field. It can be seen being hit by the Ukrainian anti-tank guided missile, causing a large explosion. The images were obtained from the 80th Separate Air Assault Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine on Thursday, December 8th, along with a statement saying, "The calculations of anti-tank guided missiles of one of the battalions of the brigade continues to systematically negate enemy tanks. A well-chosen position, a captured target, and now the enemy's equipment is already on fire." Other footage begins by showing Russian soldiers near a small, green building by a road with checkpoint barriers. Images shot from further away show a large explosion occurring at the location, with a huge plume of smoke rising into the sky. A rocket then appears to be fired at the targeted area, causing a secondary explosion towards the end of the footage. After Russia fired roughly 70 missiles throughout Monday at civilian areas, ostensibly targeting energy infrastructure, Ukraine retaliated with strikes on Putin's air bases. Ukrainian forces have used drones to strike two air bases hundreds of miles into Russian territory, the Russian Ministry of Defense has admitted, prompting military commentators to admit that Zelensky's forces could have managed to cross over the border. On Monday, Engels 2 Air Base and the Dyagilevo Air Base, both in western Russia and housing strategic bomber fleets used by Putin to bomb Ukrainian cities, were struck by what the MOD claimed were Soviet-made drones. Huge plumes of smoke poured from a damaged Russian fuel truck in Dyagilevo, located in the Kursk region, and Russian military bloggers reported that at least two Tu-95 MS missile carriers had been destroyed in the Engels 2 Air Base. Ukrainian forces used unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, to strike the Engels 2 airbase in Saratov Oblast, which is roughly 315 miles from Ukrainian territory, and the Dyagilevo airbase in Ryazan Oblast, which is 285 miles from Ukrainian territory. Ukraine has not claimed responsibility for the attacks, but Russian officials accused their opponents of attempting to strike. Ukrainian presidential advisor Mikhail Podolyak tweeted that the Kremlin should have known that if something is launched into other countries' airspace, sooner or later unknown flying objects will return to departure point. The Russian Ministry of Defense claimed that the drones had all been intercepted, but debris from the collisions had fallen on the airfields and caused explosions. 3 Russian soldiers had been killed by the strikes, while 4 others had been injured, they added. According to Roman Starovoyt, governor of the Kursk Oblast, the drone attack in his region set fire to an oil storage tank. He said there were no casualties. The fire is localized. All emergency services working at the site. In a video posted on social media in the early hours of Tuesday morning, plumes of black smoke could be seen rising above the airbase in the Kursk region. The two attacks have caused panic among Russian military bloggers, with one of the most read outlets on Telegram claiming Ukrainian forces had crossed into Russian territory and had already reached the banks of Volga, which is a river that flows the horizontal length of Russia near Moscow. Meanwhile, Russia launched further strikes on Monday night on the Zaporizhia region, where a nuclear power plant is located. Oleksandr Starik, the head of Zaporizhia's regional military administration, posted photographs on Telegram in the early hours of Tuesday, December 6, showing the aftermath of the attacks. The strikes damaged critical infrastructure and residential buildings, he said. At this stage, there were no injuries or fatalities. The Ukrainian General Staff reported that Ukrainian air defenses shot down 60 of over 70 missiles launched on Monday. But according to analysis by the Institute for the Study of War, while Ukrainian and Western-provided air defenses are further reducing Russia's dwindling supply of precision munitions, the small percentage of Russian strikes getting through Ukraine's air defenses are nevertheless having significant effects on Ukrainian critical infrastructure.